Hi everybody, it's Linda. Today I'm bringing you a few different things. Happy Mail. Cheryl T sent a thank you card that included the cutest little flip-flop necklace, and there was also some scatter. Now Canada Post did not like the necklace. There was a rip in the envelope, but it still made it to me. So thank you, Cheryl T and Helen from Cosmo's Crafty Mom, because they were the administrators of the swap, the pocket letter swap. It was great. Thank you. And thank you very much for the letter. You didn't, the little gift, you didn't have to do that. Okay, so today I went to Home Depot. I was looking for a few things. I did pick up some paint chips. So I'm just going to show them to you like this. I don't know if you can really see them that well. They're mainly browns, whites, creams, and a few pinks. Okay. All they seem to have was the Behr brand there. So maybe, other stores might sell. And there was a ton. I could have grabbed more. I ended up not buying anything at Home Depot, so I grabbed these and walked out. So it was great. I did go to Michael's, and I bought, this was in the clearance aisle for $10. I'm not sure what they do. They're like some sort of like little paint things. Discovery set, Fantasy Moon. I guess it does effects on your artwork. I don't know. I'll have to check into it more. But there's 6 colors, or like a red, an orange, guess like a gold, a teal, a blue, and a silver. Anyway, we'll see what those do. I also found, this was what I got my 30% off. Velcro dots. These are the ones that Corey Dahman uses. That was one of the things I was looking for in Home Depot, and they didn't have like this. Thin clear fasteners. So it says 56. I don't know if that means 28 pairs or actual 56 pairs of Velcro. I'm hoping 56. Anyway, so this is what she uses, and I have Velcro, but I think hers are thinner. Like I think these are slightly thinner. If not, they're the same as what I got. All right, but they're clear, so they're less noticeable as the ones that I have that are white or black. I bought this earlier, I don't know, within the last week at Dollarama. This is chalkboard side, and the sticker actually said chalkboard. It said this is chalkboard. And I figure I'll grab my chalkboard paint and paint over this, and then I'll have a double-sided, which is what I wanted. I realized too late last year that I should have picked up one of those that they were selling in the fall, and it might even have been slightly bigger. So I'll keep an eye out. And like this was the first one I've seen since I realized I should have bought one. So I'll keep an eye out and see if they have anything coming up for the fall stuff. I picked up another 3-pack of these pads because my husband and I tend to scribble on these all the time. And I found this at Dollar Tree, the 3-pack of I'm just slowly, I want to have too many clamps because you can never have too many. So I bought the 3-pack because in the craft section, the Crafter Square label only sells you 2. So in the hardware section, I found these. So I just bought the one because I don't need to load up all at once. I found this in the craft aisle. So this has 4 different, I thought, backgrounds. So that was one. There's another one. And there's a third. And then this one. Those would be good background stencils. So I bought that. I couldn't believe this. Graph paper. I still have yet to see that box of 100 resume sheets. Like, oh my God, I would love to have that. But in the meantime, they were selling graph paper. Graph paper is great for journals and other things. So I bought 2 packs of that. I also bought, these are for friend mail. I already have all of these. This is the old-timey light bulb, phone, cameras, and a sewing machine. The woodwinds, or wooden instruments. Books that look like leather. and this leathery stuff for like journals. I mean, for like luggage and stuff. It's so cute. Anyway, that's for Fred Mail. And I found the Spellbound Forest paper pad. Some of you, if you follow me, you probably have seen Crafting After Midnight. Rula showed this, as well as Stacy's Stash. Anyway, this was $12, $12, $11.99 at Michael's. So I'm just going to do a quick little flip through. Apparently it might be like simpatico with the Green Witch paper from last year, and that's the only reason I bought it. I mean, I do like it. I shouldn't say that. I do like it. But they do have a lot of interesting pads, but I just have so many pads of paper that I really don't want to buy it unless, you know, it really speaks to me. And I like the idea that if this is reminiscent of the Green Witch one, then it'll really help expand your work with these papers. Right, okay. I don't know what I was saying. Okay, so let me show you some project things that I have here. Now, first of all, hang on a second. All right. I made this. Okay, these are 3 containers, 3 boxes with 4 containers. They also sell 1 container with 3 boxes at Dollarama. Okay, I guess I'm making these dirty. So I just would glue them together and clamp them, and I'm not painting it. Maybe I will. I'd like to turn these around, have like a pull, and then you can, right? Or I might just, for now I'm leaving them as is. I have to clear off, I have like a big bookshelf behind me, and the whole wall is a bookshelf, and I have to clear off, I have to get rid of some books, and then move some books around, and then I can access some more shelves for my craft supplies. I'm not sure yet what I'll put in these, but I just really liked making this. And I should have bought the 4. I should have had like a 3 and a 4, and I don't know if they have any other. And I'm also assuming that the 3 and the 4 were the same width. So next time I'm at Dollarama, I'll have a look. I don't need to buy, because in theory I could get another one and put it underneath, right? The one, or on top with the 3 slots, but I don't need to do that. So anyway, so I made this. Very easy to do. And the other thing that I wanted to show you was my tower, my ink pad tower. I love this thing. I'm so happy with it. Even though it's not a great job at painting, it still looks white, so it looks how it's supposed to look. Okay, so there's 4 sides, and with 10 sections on each side, and Velcro dots for the ink pads, for when you're daubing. These are regular inks over here. They don't. Sorry, I thought this was more standy uppy. Okay. These don't use daubers, right? Because these are regular inks, so those just stay empty. I have extra pads, so I could, in theory, put them here if I wanted to, but I just leave them up on top. Okay. So over here, spin it around. Now all those inks. Most of these were purchased at Michael's last year, just at the start of the pandemic when they were clearing them out. So I loaded up. And so now, and then what I did was I took a piece of, I think it was coffee dyed paper or white paper, and I wrote what the color name is. And then when I got the inks out and I loaded them up, and then I colored across. So you can see on these at a glance what color I want. And then there's the corresponding dauber, because I keep my daubers up here. I have 2 round ones and I have a rectangle. So the round ones are for all of these. They fit all of these. So I can have 2 going at once if I wanted. Okay. I'll show you more up there in a second. Okay, so I have cracked pistachio, peacock feather, wilted violet, worn lipstick, picked raspberry, fired brick, candied apple, and spice marmalade. Then you spin it around, and these are the standard ones. It's might be kind of hard to see at the bottom, but there's vintage photo. I have vintage photo ink, just oxide, gathered twigs oxide, walnut stain ink, frayed burlap oxide. This is the one that caused all this. This guy was leaking. I had them all, they were all still wrapped in their packaging from Michaels. And I was turning them upside down and storing them for a few months. And then I was looking at them and thought, that doesn't look right. Like, it looks funny. Like, it's just such a contrast, right? Like light at the edge and dark. Anyway, when I opened it up, there was like ink puddled in the groove, like in the grooves where the lid goes. So I cleaned it up as best I could, and that's what made me realize I got to store these. I got to use these. Why did I buy all these if I'm not going to use them? So frayed burlap was the one that started it. Black soot and hickory smoke. So black soot, I couldn't cover it or you wouldn't be able to read the name. And then hickory smoke is just like a gray, not quite, it's like black, but just not as black. If that makes sense. Now over here on the last side, picket fence, which is basically white. Antique linen, squeezed lemonade, fossilized amber, peeled paint, faded jeans, broken china, mermaid lagoon, and salty ocean. And the beauty of these is if I decide to move this or store this in a different spot on the tower, this can go with it because each slot has a Velcro dot for that purpose. And the spinny, I recommend you get the spinny mechanism. She shows you how to make it in the video, and I bought the stuff for it, but it was like, ugh, it's too complicated. That's what I was going to make my husband help me with. I decided to just reuse one of these mechanisms. I bought one of those little, like from Value Village, a stationary spinner. And I just used the mechanism from the bottom. Just make sure it has the working mechanism. And I glued it on one side and screwed it through the other. And she uses signs, and they just didn't have, Dollar Tree did not have any round signs at the time I was looking. Now, somebody showed on a video, I saw some round signs. That might even have been Dollarama. And those would work too. But I found these circles, these round wooden pieces at Michael's. I bought 4 and glued two together, clamped them, and just to thicken them up. And anyway, connected it all, and there you go. Now at the top, there's the 2 boxes. So on one side, I have 2 of these. I'm not a big fan of these, but they're good for stencils. I have 2 of these. And then I have a rectangle that I bought. And also in that side because there's 2 boxes up here, I have an extra walnut stain ink and vintage photo ink. So those just stay up here as spares. Put this in here. And then on the other side, the other box, I have shoe polish. These were what I first used when I was trying to ink. Somebody suggested shoe polish, and it does work. It's a bit messy. I have 12 extra pads, so I'm good. Like, these are the inks that you use the most often, like the vintage photo. I've already had to replace the ink pad, so that's great for that. I also have a package of the rectangles for the rectangular dauber. I bought these in the States. Gathered twigs and vintage photo, like, what are they, like refreshers or extra inks or something that you drop into the pad to freshen it up. This is, I think, what I used with these guys. And this is what I bought online from the scrapbook store in Oshawa, the Distress Refresher. Now, it says ink. I don't know if it'll work with oxide or if the whole world will implode if I shoot it onto an oxide pad. We'll find it. So if the world does implode, I apologize. Oh, and I also have the Vintage Photo Distress Oxide. So I guess it's the same idea. It's the same idea as this. One is for ink and one is for oxide, because the gray is oxide and the black is ink. It took me a while to realize there was a difference. I didn't even know. I felt stupid actually when the lady I went to a stamping store in Buffalo, and Buffalo, New York, and she asked me. I was asking her for vintage photos. She's like, "Oh, well, we have it in whatever." I'm like, "What?" Oh, but don't you know what ink you have? I'm like, "No," because honestly, when it comes to me and inking paper, oxide or ink doesn't make a difference to me. So that's how uncouth I am. Anyway, and the other one little thing is I do have some mini inks. I have a tin, and my first distress inks that I bought was one of these. It was the Halloween colors. So there's carved pumpkin. So there's carved pumpkin. What else? The wilted violet, the black soot, and this one, twisted citron. It's like a neon. Those four were the first four I got. Now, somewhere along the line, I bought this little guy. He's like 3/4 of an inch or so across, and a package of pads, and that's all I have. Like, I've never seen it anywhere since. I don't remember where I bought it. I thought it was Michael's, and it's perfect for the little guys, right? Like, it's perfect for these, and there was enough pads for each one. And the other colors I got was another 4-pack that I got were kind of fall colors. So there was brushed corduroy, aged mahogany, almost like a burgundy. Sorry, my hand's all twisted when I do that. Pine needles, which I used that in, I think in the Halloween one maybe. And, oh, this one, chipped sapphire. So I do have a lot of colors. Now this doesn't fit up here unless I put it in this way. And things can fly around in here. I'd rather it not. It's not the end of the world. It's, it's only 8 different inks, right? So anyway, I could put that up there. And that's it. That is my little show and tell today. I hope you guys like it. And everyone have a great weekend. I'll talk to you later. Bye.